The man accused of planning to open fire at Atlanta's airport, scheduled to be back in federal court today. This is Billy Joe Cagle, and he's facing both state and federal charges, including attempted violence at an international airport. Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond joins us live from the federal courthouse in Atlanta with more on his appearance. Sarah, good morning.
Good morning. The last time Billy Joe Cagle was in a federal courtroom here, he pled not guilty to the charges. He is due back in another one of these courtrooms at 10:30 this morning. Now, federal prosecutors claim Cagle planned to carry out a shooting on October 20th at the world's busiest airport. The 49-year-old was detained at the airport, and an assault rifle was found in his truck, which was parked outside. Defense attorneys claim Cagle was experiencing a mental health episode. Josh Schiffer, a criminal defense attorney not affiliated with the case, tells us that does not change the facts of this case.
Combined with his actions, make for a very strong case by the federal government, especially when you include the Atlanta police officer body cam and the physical evidence seized at the scene, specifically that firearm and 27 bullets.
And we'll be inside of the courtroom this morning when that begins in just over about an hour and a half, and we will bring you the latest from what happens inside. Live here in downtown Atlanta, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.